Hi book lovers, welcome or welcome back to Chocolate Covered Pages. I'm Kiona and today I'll be talking about a lot of the books that I got in August. So let's get started. The first book I want to talk about is Little Deadly Secrets by Pamela Crane. So this book is basically about three women who have been inseparable for forever. They know everything about each other, or so they think. Apparently there's some lies, there's some deceit, and some murder. I am all here for this and I'm excited, and this was sent to me by William Morrow. The next book that I received was The Boneshard Daughter by Andrea Stewart. This is an Asian inspired fantasy novel, and this book is about Lin, who's the emperor's daughter, and she spends most of her days trapped in the palace in locked doors, and her father refuses to recognize her as the heir to the throne. So in order to prove her worth, she decides that she wants to learn something called Boneshard magic. Learning this Boneshard magic, it carries a lot of cost. Lynn must decide how far she's willing to go in order to claim her birthright. This one was sent to me by Orbit. The next book I got from Orbit is The Fires of Vengeance by Evan Winter. So if you've been following me on Bookstagram, you already know that A Rage of Dragons by Evan Winter is like one of my favorite fantasy novels that I read last year. This has been my most anticipated book for this year, period. So I was very excited to receive this from Orbit, and this is the sequel to A Rage of Dragons. And obviously I can't get into the synopsis because spoilers. Basically, A Rage of Dragons is this story about vengeance. It is a African inspired fantasy, and it is about this guy getting vengeance for his family being killed. So it's so good. You should definitely check it out. I also got The Heat Wave by Kate Riordan. This was sent to me by Hatchet, and they also sent this really nice like lavender. It smells so good. So anyway, this book is about a woman who receives a letter calling her back to her family home in the south of France. So she comes back home with her daughter, Emma, but come to find out she had a daughter before Emma called Elodie. Elodie only made it to age 14 before she mysteriously died. Her going back to this home is dredging up all these memories of what happened with Elodie and how she died. So I'm very excited about this. This is a mystery thriller. The next book that I received was Punching the Air by Ibi Zaboy and Yusef Salam, who is also one of the Exonerated Five. And if you don't know what that means, you should definitely look it up. So Amal Shahid is seen as disruptive and unmotivated in school. Then one night an altercation escalates into a tragedy. Suddenly Amal is convicted of a crime he didn't commit and sent to prison. Obviously he's angry and he's depressed, and he begins to turn to his poetry. And that's basically what is in this book. This book is written in verse. It looks really good. This was sent to me by Epic Reads. I also received these two little cute pocket books from Penguin Teen. How cute are these little things? I didn't even realize that they were so small until they came, but they're like so cute. So this is book one, Fly Girls Lux, the new girl, and then this is book two, Fly Girls Micah, the good girl. So I'm not going to talk about this one, but I'll tell you what this one is about. This book one is about a girl named Lux Lawson who keeps continuously getting kicked out of every school she sets foot in. So finally they find a school in Harlem that's willing to pretty much take her in, but she knows this is her last shot, because if not, homegirl is getting shipped to military school. So when she gets into this school that's in Harlem, she meets these crew of little girls called the Fly Girls, and she knows that she really needs to be in with them in order to stay out of trouble. So she finally charms her way into being in this crew of girls. But of course, there's some secrets. Luck's background starts to haunt her. So I'm very excited to see what happens because I love a little high school drama, and it's so short too, and it's super cute. I also received Anxious People by Frederick Bachman, and this is my first Bachman, y'all. I have been seeing him for like the longest. Everyone talks about his books, Beer Town, and some other books that he has, and I've always wanted to try him out, so I think I will start with this one. So Anxious People is about an apartment open house that goes wrong. So these people are at this open house, and then this bank robber just busts in the door and just takes everybody in the apartment hostage. Sounds crazy, right? So after a while, these 8 strangers that's in this apartment, they start talking, and then they start revealing truths about themselves. And now the robber pretty much has to decide if he wants to take his chance and leave the apartment and just face the police, or if he wants to stay inside with these 8 crazy ass people. I read 8 Strangers by Leanne Moriarty, and I wasn't really a fan, so I'm kind of hoping that this is the book that I wanted that book to be. So we'll see what happens. So Harper Via has been rebranding all of Isabel Allende's books, and putting them out with these beautiful covers, and they were nice enough to send me a couple because I've never read an Isabel Allende book, and I always have wanted to. So they sent me Inez of My Soul and Portrait in Sepia. So Inez of My Soul is about a woman named Inez who is a seamstress, and she's just tired. Like, homegirl is just tired day in and day out. Like, she was born poor, and she has a husband, and her husband ends up disappearing. So she's like, you know what, I'm gonna go search for him, and then I could get some adventure in my life. So she searches for him in the new world, and when she gets there, she finds out that he actually died in battle. So after that, she begins this fiery love affair with this guy named Pedro in Peru, and together they decide, you know what, I want to take over Chile. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. So they decide to wage a war against the indigenous Chileans. And I'm hyped to read this because, I mean, that sounds crazy, and I'm interested. I love historical fiction, but I feel like I don't read enough of it. So, and especially with it being translated fiction, we love it. I also received Cass, The Origins of Our Discontent by Isabel Wilkerson, and I am so excited for this book. Basically, this book is about the unspoken caste system that has shaped America, and it shows pretty much how it is still affecting us to this day. So I am really excited about it. I read her first book, which was The Warmth of Other Suns, and that is one of my favorite nonfiction books ever. Like, if you haven't read that book, you are really missing out. It is a chunker, but I promise it's so worth it. Like, it is one of those nonfiction books that reads like fiction. So you should definitely pick that up, and I can't wait to read this one. And this was sent to me by Random House. And I also received this really cute box from Simon Teen. And this actually was like a full-on little spread here. So it comes with this really cute poster and the Order of the Round Table back here. And it also comes with the book Legend Born by Tracy Dion. And I am so excited to read this book. This is young adult fantasy, which, I mean, who doesn't love it? Black girl magic on the cover. I mean, what else is there to say? So basically, Bree, the main character, her mom dies in an accident. So she decides that she wants to go to a residential program for high schoolers. And when she gets there, she witnesses her first magical attack on the school. So then she finds out that there's a whole secret society of students called Legendborns. And basically what they do is they fight these magical creatures. And also what she finds out is that these Legendborns are descendants of King Arthur. So Bree decides, you know what? I'm going to infiltrate them because I think that these people know something about my mom's death. That sounds really good. I can't wait to get into this, and I can't wait to hang this poster up. So that's all I have today for part 1 of my August book haul. I've gotten so many books this month. Like, I'm so thankful to these publishers for having sent me all these books. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Also, let me know all these books here. Have you read any of them? Are you looking forward to any of them? Let me know down in the comments below. Bye.